this is Brian and Bradford with worshiptutorials.com, and here at Worship Tutorials, we are humongous fans of Brian Porter custom hand-wound pickups.
Yes, we are.
PorterPickups.com. So today we're going to talk about and demonstrate these pickups right here, which are the Smooth Classic set from PorterPickups.com. Now, when you order pickups from Porter Pickups, you can get whatever you want. So he has a wide variety of pickup types and styles. I emailed him. The guy's customer service is outstanding. I emailed Porter Pickups, and Brian Porter himself emailed me back very quickly. And I basically told him what I wanted in this guitar. This is a Zach Myers signature PRS SE guitar, which I really, really like. Basically Les Paul style guitar, single cut, semi-hollow with a cutaway, satin finish neck, which is very cool.
Feels very nice.
It does feel very nice.
Without the weight of a Les Paul.
Yes, this is light. It's very lightweight. Much more playable than a Les Paul, in my opinion. But this is not a demo of this guitar, although you will be hearing this guitar. But I told Brian what I was looking for. I really wanted a classic Les Paul sound, but I told him the style of music I play. You know, I'm a worship leader. I play like modern worship. Basically, think U2 meets Coldplay. Is that how you describe the sound that we go for?
Coldplay can be argued to be very U2 inspired, but yeah, sure.
Sure. So U2 meets U2 inspired bands.
Yes, there you go.
So
wanting to be inspired by U2
yes,
inspired bands.
That's right. So I kind of told him the characteristics I was looking for, and Brian said, you want the Smooth Classic set. So this is his smooth humbucker in the neck and the classic humbucker in the bridge. And you can sort of mix and match whatever you want, and if you have questions about what might sound good together, send Porter an email, send Porter Pickups an email, and Brian will probably get right back to you and let you know. One thing that I did like about this is that he didn't recommend to me his most expensive pickups right off the bat, which told me he cares more about making sure the customer gets what the customer wants rather than making as much money as he can. I appreciated that. So I got these quickly, I installed them, and it was a massive improvement in the tone from the stock pickups. Did you ever play this guitar with stock pickups?
Briefly.
Yeah.
That was part of why I wasn't that wasn't my forte, at least.
Yeah.
But it's more up my alley now. I play a 72 thin line reissue, so those are wide range humbucker pickups, and they're different, but they still have these have a lot more similarities to that and more of our alley as worship players, which Zach Myers does not typically.
Yeah, Zach Myers of
Shinedown,
right?
I think.
Yeah.
Doesn't typically play worship music. So.
Now the stock pickups on this are certainly not bad, but these are a huge improvement. I would say if you have any kind of humbucker style guitar, Les Paul 335, anything with humbuckers, I mean you can get Strats, Tellys, anything. If you put a set of Porter Pickups in it, it's going to sound better.
You will not be disappointed.
That's right. There are tons of pickup makers and brands out there. I have Porter Pickups now in a lot of my guitars, and I really like them for a reason. I found a guy that I really like, makes great pickups, and I just like to put them in everything. So the classic humbucker in the bridge, Porter describes it as sort of a warm sounding but also very classic sounding humbucker. Think like old Les Paul, like 50s Les Paul. The smooth humbucker is an Alnico 2. Have I about got you in the face
almost
3 times
almost.
now? The smooth humbucker is Alnico 2, which is kind of a common thing to do to mix and match different types. And you're going to hear it in a little bit. Bradford, would you agree with me? There's quite a tonal variety from the bridge to neck.
Absolutely.
And this classic,
you want it that way.
Yeah, this classic humbucker has really, really good bite, but doesn't thin out. Which is what a lot of stuff can do. So it cuts real nicely, but doesn't get real thin. The neck humbucker is really nice and warm and round. Just sounds really good. So Bradford is going to demonstrate. We're going to play this guitar through. Why don't you show us the amplifier of choice today, Bradford? The Agape 18-watt Tribute. Just a Worship Tutorials staple these days. And you're going to see the pedal board that we're playing through, but we've got some very, very nice effects, courtesy of Will Sledge Effects.com. They sound very good. We're going to show you. We're going to play some clean sounds. So, Bradford, take it away with some clean sounds.
for this demonstration, to kind of let you hear more the pickups than the amp, we run the amp volume a little lower. Typically, we'd run it a little hotter, but that way when we dig in, when we kind of dig in, it's still going to be rather clean, and you can kind of hear the characteristics of the pickups. And then when you really slam into the bridge, especially, you're going to hear a little bit more dirt. So on this bump switch really is more like it gives it more control over the mids. We just have a single tone knob, which we don't have dial too bright really. It's not even halfway up. And this boost is down, so there's no extra anything like that there, but we're doing that just because we want to make sure we showcase everything these pickups can do, and you'll hear that through the dynamics of playing, digging in, picking light, not even really needing to touch a volume knob either to get some nice differences in dynamics.
Yeah, we are also running this at 9 watts out of the. You can run this amp at 2, 9, or 18 watts. One thing that's real great about the Agape is it's a hand wired. Sort of a boutique amp, and you don't really lose any tonal characteristics going from 2 to 9 to 18. It's just purely volume. So we are miking a 112 cabinet today with a Shure SM7b with an Eminence Red Fang speaker, and we're also running through a CabClone direct, which we like to use
a lot, quite a bit.
And we find that, especially when you blend the two signals, it really sounds good and very accurate to what you hear in the room.
Yeah, and it's very doable if you at a church to do that. So if you want to use 2 channels, or if you just want to go direct, or if you need some stage noise, only using the cab and whatnot. So that's what we like to do.
Yeah, it's very cool. So Bradford is going to play a little bit now. We're going to play some rhythm lines and some more lead-ish kind of lines through the Will Sledge Effects The Veil, and that is a tube screamer style pedal. Yes. Bradford, play for us.
So for that, as you saw in the shot of the pedal board, the Veil, the 808 side, is not really doing too much for us. And by that I mean we're letting the amp do some work and the pickups do some work. The gain on the 808 isn't up very loud at all, barely quarter of the way up. We crank the volume up rather, and that's my personal favorite way to run stuff because it brings out the amp more. And so we did that just to get a real classic rock sound. I mean, an 808, a tube screamer, you know, iconic for everything, right. And we say that all the time because it's true. So we did a little of that, and we also used a little bit of delay from the Eventide, just a nice warm delay. Didn't do anything fancy with that there either, but just to show you guys just how it can kind of give just the lead lines it can give you playing out of these pickups.
Yeah, I think a lot of times if you're watching this on worship tutorials, you're probably involved in worship guitar playing of some kind, and a lot of what we see are single coils or maybe Filtertron style pickups. You don't see a lot of humbuckers getting played by guys on stage. You see some, but one thing that I really one thing that's great about single coils is how dynamic they are. That's one of the reasons why they're really popular. The cleans can be very shimmery and very nice. and then you can drive them and they sound really good. Sometimes with humbuckers, in my experience, I found that you can they're not as dynamic as
they're all dirt all the time.
Yeah, they're higher output. It's like it's really hard to get a nice clean sound that complements a drive sound really well. With these, we found that they sound excellent clean. They're very warm. And yet articulate at the same time. So I would not hesitate to use these pickups or this guitar in a worship setting where it can be dominated by the Telecaster. Let's be honest. So yeah, so that was just a great classic rock kind of a rhythm sound there from Bradford. Okay, we're gonna turn on the Will Sledge White Horse, which is his clone. Clone? Is that what we call them? A clone.
Clone.
With a K?
Or you could spell clone with a K.
That's right. And it's sort of based on the Klon KTR, which Bradford, you have one of those. So.
I do.
So yeah, Bradford's going to show us some lead type stuff and some bigger sounding chords. Off we go.
So with these pickups, you really can't go wrong, especially if your guitar already is fitted for humbuckers. If not, it's going to take a little extra work. But you can do it. Time to buy a new guitar. Why not have two? Why not have both?
Why not have 5 or 10?
Why not have 5? 10? 11?
We can all
12?
We can all dream. Yeah.
13? 14?
Okay. If you really want to improve sort of the quality and the sound of your guitar, I think when it comes to sound, swapping out pickups is probably the most impactful change you can make. A lot of the tone of your guitar is going to come from the pickups, and this is not the first set of Porter pickups we've demonstrated here at Worship Tutorials. Check out our Bradford and I did a review of the vintage Telecaster pickups, which is in my MJT thin line Tele.
Which I love.
Oh gosh, they sound so good. Along with these things sound awesome. And Porter has a lot of different humbucker style pickups. I think he has, I'm looking at the site right here, he has 4 different kinds, 4 different basically versions of the humbucker. And then he also has his Anthem, I think is what he calls them, which is a PAF style, which means patent applied for, if you didn't know what that meant. Which is old school, like Gibson pickup. The Anthem pickup is sort of his flagship, if that's what you're looking for, that kind of a sound. But he also has all kinds of other pickup types and styles. I believe he has wide range humbuckers, so you can get some of those for your thin line 72 readers.
I may have to.
Yes. Porter, we're going to give you a call. We want to review those. And he's got Jazzmaster pickups that I could put in my Xavier if I wanted to do that. The wheels are turning here. And Brian Porter has pretty much everything you might need when it comes to pickups. And even if he doesn't, you might give him a call. He could probably build it.
Probably hook you up.
Probably make it for you. So
he could probably make that happen.
We're big fans of Brian Porter around here, and he has earned our love and affection by just quality product and quality customer service as well. So hey, we're going to end this video with Bradford. We're going to use the Ditto Looper, and Bradford's going to play. What are you going to play for us, Bradford?
Something fun and lovely and ambient and makes you feel like you're floating on the clouds.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Glad to have you guys here today. Check out any and all forms of social media because we are there. Subscribe below. We'll see you guys next time. That sounds beautiful. Those pickups, man.
Yeah.